Hello everyone, September 29th. As you know, now that I have my other new phone, I'm going to start doing some gardening videos. I haven't done any gardening in a couple years. As you know, I sold the farm, which I never really lived at. I've always had my home, my little duplex here in Lee Summit. So I have some old raised beds at an old greenhouse that tornado blew all the plastic out of, and a shed that's a wreck because of when they fixed a drainage pipe for the city, because I live right on an easement. They trapped a raccoon underneath the floor of my shed. And he was a big male. I think he now resides in my basement. Crazy. I don't know how to fix the opening, because I'm sure he comes and goes, and if he's inside and he wants to get out, I'll have another mess. But I wanted to read an article to you. It's really based on, if I can get to it, it's based on some shortages. And this comes from Zero Hedge. This is not anything that I've written. And I'm just going to get into it. It has to do with shortages. And I just got back from Ace Hardware, because winter coming on, I wanted to start making a couple of silver pieces. And some of you have gifted me, so I need to make you something and stamp it and send it to you. But I did find some N95 masks, finally. There was 2 to a bag, and there was 3 bags there. And I thought, why don't you buy all 3 bags? Because they were only $10 a bag, which is $5 a mask. And as you know, anytime you're using propane, because I don't know if I'm ever going to go to acetylene. I guess if I ever get over my phobia of fire, I might. But this article starts out, sorry, no French fries with any order. We have no potatoes. And that was posted in a fast food restaurant there. I had to try to figure out how to say that without giving away the name. But we also have a place, and of course things have shut down because you can't find employees, and you got to wear a mask when you go in there to eat. But their main deal was hamburgers and a big paper bag of greasy fried potatoes. But they also went out of business. And so, according to this article, his favorite story, American and Un-American, is from a Florida realtor who went into this fast food major chain restaurant. And the sign said, "We have no potatoes." And as everyone knows, my favorite food is some sort of grilled small piece of meat with rice, pinto beans, and a boiled potato. I don't do much bread. I'd rather have a tortilla. Blame that on my dad. He loved Mexican food, but it had to be original. And so I got a taste for it then. So here's the question. Fast food exists in a land of plenty of surplus of mass-produced food with a reliable infrastructure of trucks, trains, farms, and distributors. Shortages of con- everyday goods conflict not only with the most of our lived experience, but also with our very conception of who we are. There's a name for this. It's called affluence. I think what he's trying to say here is that most of our life, I remember I used to wrestle, so I know what being really hungry is. Most people, they're hungry when they haven't eaten for 2 or 3 hours. And so he goes on to talk about a book from 1958 by John Kenneth Galbraith, The Affluent Society. And I'm not going to read the entire article. You can run over to Zero Hedge, which is where I get most of my news. But I just wanted to bring this up because the one thing I do grow every year, and that's why I don't call it a garden, I take my sprouted potatoes, because I usually buy 100 pounds every fall and stick them in the refrigerator, and they keep for about 9 months. And I used to buy them around Thanksgiving for $1.99 for a 10-pound bag. Right now, that same bag and variety is running close to $5, which is still fine because, as you know, it's just me, and I eat a potato a day, and I take 1 cup of rice and add 2 cups of water and boil for 30 minutes, and I have enough rice for a week. And so it goes on to talk about transportation, truck driving, and the Teamsters and Jimmy Carter and all that. And the rest of the story, I'm just going to tell you. And that is, we basically, if you watch what's going on in England, their truck drivers, of course, they exited the European Union, so Europe is going to mess with Britain, and the guy running Britain, if he ever combs his hair, I know the end of the world is coming. But their gas prices have doubled. And as most people who follow me on my D-Life channel, I always give the Aldi's report, usually give it once a week. And I talk about prices. I haven't really gone live with it. I just type it into my D-Live. And they're known for being I think their headquarters is in Germany, but they're known for seasonal items. They ship out of Illinois. But I have definitely noticed some empty shelves. And of course, we all know that a roll of toilet paper is now $1 a roll if you buy a big pack of it. And I had told some people at the farmers market years ago that when the trucks stop running, that's when the shortages will happen, and that's why you should support your local farmers market. And some of my customers, they have shoppers out there where they don't buy anything. They just come by and ask you a lot of questions and check your prices. And so when Aldi's came to town, when Walmart came to town, they started having these homegrown little family market things inside their store. And you still have some of those organic stores that have come into the neighborhood, so our farmers market has died. And so they started a thing where 20 or 30 farmers get together, and then it's kind of like Uber, where they have a subscription. It's all computerized now. Back in my day, I had to write it down on a piece of paper and remember it. But they just go around and they deliver a box of fresh produce once a week. And when you go into the Aldi's fresh produce aisle now, if they have it, the prices are just unbelievable. So I will finish up with, I will be posting some videos, but as you know, me and new technology. But as soon as I get a weed eater, cut a path out to my potato patch, I'll dig up some potatoes for you. We'll see how it all goes. So thank you for listening, and thank you for commenting. And by the way, I'm going to post the DLive link. All you have to do is save the link. You don't have to join. You don't have to follow. You don't have to comment. But if I have some breaking news, international or whatever, I'll usually post a link there. And with that, you all have a good evening, and I'll see you here, there, or in the air. Lord bless. Night all.